It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving amidst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. We've been doing this year, highlighting a labor song and a labor film each month, just because I think it's interesting to me, frankly. I always am interested in how labor and workers are depicted in our media. And I think, you know, our media plays a big role in our lives and how we pass our time and how we see ourselves depicted for other people. So it's relevant, I think, in that respect. And we know the way in which media shapes people's perspectives and ideas and thoughts and beliefs even. So this month, the month of May, when picking the labor film and song, I really had May Day on my mind, the International Workers' Day. So I went with choices that I associate with May Day. And for May's labor film of the month, I'm highlighting one of my favorite movies, Reds. Reds is a 1981 American epic historical drama film, co-written, produced, and directed by Warren Beatty, about the life and career of John Reed, the journalist and writer who chronicled the October Revolution in Russia in his 1919 book, 10 Days That Shook the World. Beatty stars in the lead role alongside Diane Keaton as Louise Bryant and Jack Nicholson as Eugene O'Neill. I'm partial to this movie for a lot of reasons. I'm partial to it because I read 10 Days That Shook the World as a teenager. When I was just getting into politics and working class history, I picked up that book and it really, you know, stuck with me, made an impact on me. So obviously a movie about the author, John Reed, is right up my alley. There's some really great acting from everyone involved. It's got an ensemble cast and some great acting from Beatty, Nicholson, Keaton, the supporting cast. And it was kind of the last of its kind. It was, you know, one of these really big epic films with an intermission and everything. And those were really big in like the 50s, and they came back for a while in the 70s. And this was sort of the last of that era, coming when it did in 1981. I've always liked the big Hollywood epics personally. I'm not scared of an intermission. It's, you know, it is harder to watch when you're a busy person, you've got kids, that kind of thing. It's harder to find, you know, 3 hours for a film versus an hour and a half. But if done right, I think it's worth the time and investment. And I really like an epic film done right, and Reds is one of those. And I also think it's really interesting and just amazing to me that it happened in the shadow of Ronald Reagan, right? We get this epic film set largely amidst the Russian Revolution, and the main hero is a militant leftist, a writer, a journalist, an activist, an agitator. And I think that's really interesting to me, that you've got this big Hollywood film with this subject matter happening as, you know, you have this rightward turn in the country. One of the cool things about the film is that it features witnesses. So in between scenes, you'll get these occasional bits of interview footage with folks who are from the time period. Some who knew the characters personally. Others were involved in the movement at the time. And so as a history guy, I really enjoyed this. I don't think it took away from the film at all. I think it added to the film. And yeah, I really enjoyed those interviews and getting to hear more about, you know, life at the turn of the century, life in the teens, and the 20s, and you know, from contemporary folks of that time. And that's really a cool thing about the film. So Reds is my labor film of the month. It is a great story of one of America's greatest journalists who, you know, covered labor organizing in this country and then covered revolutionary organizing in Mexico, and then, as in this film, largely in Russia. So he had an eyewitness account to some of the most, you know, important events in history. He was there on the ground during the Mexican Revolution. He was involved in some of the IWW organizing and militant labor organizing of the teens in the early 1900s. And then he was there in Russia as the Russian Revolution popped off. And, was there both as a writer and as a participant, really. And so you get an interesting account. I like the movie a lot. It's Hollywood, so take it with a grain of salt, of course. But yeah, I think it's a great film. It's a great film about our working class history and heritage.
Awesome.
And on that note of working class history and heritage, I think I want to highlight one song in particular for Labor Song of the Month of May, which is Solidarity Forever. Can't believe I haven't picked this one already. But Solidarity Forever was written by Ralph Chaplin in 1915. And of course, it is sung to the tune of John Brown's Body and the Battle Hymn of the Republic. It originally started out as a song for the IWW, the Industrial Workers of the World, but has now become adopted by union movements all over the globe. The song has been performed by all sorts of musicians. I'm partial to the Pete Seeger version myself, but I've got to say that the absolute best version of Solidarity Forever is the one that you and your sisters and brothers sing together. So if you ever are at a union convention, you're at a strike, you're at an action of some kind, or a gathering of some kind, and you have the opportunity with your union sisters and brothers to sing Solidarity Forever together, it's a very cool experience. And to me, that's the best version of the song. So yeah, Solidarity Forever. That's the song of the month. I encourage folks to check it out, read the lyrics. I love the lyrics of Solidarity Forever. I think it really says a lot in one song, and really speaks to what we're all about. So here are the lyrics of Solidarity Forever. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one, but the union makes us strong. And later in the song, what I really like is there aught we hold in common with the greedy parasite, who would lash us into serfdom and would crush us with his might? Is there anything left to us but to organize and fight? It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving midst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. So, I gotta read the final lines. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies multiplied 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Love me some Solidarity Forever. That's the song of the month. Reds is the film of the month. There we go, folks.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.